I really don't want to do this video, but it kind of feels like something I kind of have to do just to show my hatred towards the sequel trilogy. And yeah, I'm ranking every character from the sequels. I hate it, I really do, because all these characters are just terrible. They really are. In The Force Awakens, they were fine, but in The Rise of Skywalker, until that movie, they were just terrible. For example, Luke Skywalker, I'm going to have to put him, I can't put him in F because of his legacy, but of how he died, Mark Hamill literally said he overdosed on the Force. Like, how does that make sense? How does this Jedi Master in Legends become this most powerful Jedi ever? And then, in The Last Jedi, guess what he does? He overdoses on the Force. How does a Jedi overdose on the Force? The highest I can go is D because it's a Luke, but I want to put him in F. We'll just throw him in E. And then he drinks blue milk. Like, I hate this. I hate the sequels. I really do. Now, R2-D2. I love R2. He barely had any screen time in The Force Awakens. And then after that, maybe The Rise of Skywalker, he watched Leia die, and that was about it. Like, D. I love R2. I really do. But in the sequels, they kind of just did him terrible, along with all the original characters. Next, we have this character that Finn actually defeated. Now, she was actually pretty cool. I don't know half of these characters' names because I hate the sequel trilogy, but yeah, no, this character. Forgot what she's called. Phasma, Captain Phasma. She had a cool idea, but other than that, Finn defeated her with her own blade when they were fighting, and she got thrown in the trash compactor. I'll throw her in B. S is like, how? Yeah, now BB-8 on the other hand, I like him. He's pretty cool, probably one of the most unique characters from the sequel trilogy. I really do like BB-8 and what he did. He's just a fun little droid. Not much going on with him. He's very cool. Now, Poe Dameron. I feel like he can go in A tier. He's actually one of the original characters that J.J. Abrams and Rian Johnson came up with. Well, J.J. Abrams came up with. Poe Dameron was actually unique. He was supposed to be the fastest pilot in the galaxy of the Resistance and the most strength as a pilot. The best pilot in the galaxy, the fastest pilot in the galaxy. So yeah, I feel like A tier is definitely a good one for Poe Dameron. Now next, she didn't really have much of an arc besides being Finn's girlfriend. And that was really about it. Her arc was going in Exegol and going on these Final Order stations with horses. How the hell? How do horses fly? Okay, no. How do horses go on these Final Order destroyers and just don't fall off? Like, that was her only really arc with it, and being Finn's girlfriend, and that was really it. And then Han Solo, on the other hand, I love Han. Who doesn't love Han Solo? But I'm gonna have to give him an A tier. I mean, he did what he normally does. Harrison Ford played him great in the original, in The Force Awakens. And the way, he got killed by his own son. And I understand Harrison Ford wanted to be killed off and done with Star Wars, but I understand that. Then he came back in The Rise of Skywalker. But, it's just something I don't really understand. But yeah, he died by his own son, so I guess it's poetic, I guess. Then he came back in The Rise of Skywalker as a vision from Kylo Ren. Yeah, I don't know. Then this is Leia's daughter. Actually, in real life, Carrie Fisher's his daughter. She's supposed to play a big part in the Resistance in The Last Jedi. I don't really know who she is, but she is not. She's just not it at all. C, honestly, C. Yeah. Now Palpatine. He was cool. I'll give you that. He was cool whenever he transferred his body, but the arc of it, somehow Palpatine returned. Like, really? Really? Somehow Palpatine returned. How are you going to tell me somehow Palpatine returned? D. Actually, A. I like that Palpatine. I don't like that Palpatine returned, but he played a good villain like he always does. So definitely A tier. I just can't put him any higher because somehow Palpatine returned. Like, come on now. Really? Finn, however, was a very unique. I'll put him in S tier. Finn was very unique. He was supposed to be the stormtrooper in The Force Awakens that turned to good and became from the First Order and went to the Resistance and became good. And we all thought he was going to be the chosen one with the lightsaber. No. Rey. You're gonna have to watch till the end to see where I put Rey, because Rey, yeah. But anyway, Finn, after the Force Awakens, the Last Jedi, he wanted to leave the Resistance and just be done with his life during the Resistance and just go on and be whatever he wants to go be, I guess. And then he dies and then comes back to life. I don't understand. I don't. And this guy, I think, this is the guy that Kylo Ren killed in the Force Awakens, or is this the guy that said they have a fleet? No, this isn't fleet in the Rise of Skywalker. I remember that very well. Now Yoda, I mean, see him coming back as a Force ghost in The Last Jedi, that was pretty cool. And actually him being a puppet, and that was really cool, I will say. And him summoning Force lightning to destroy the house with all the Jedi books in them, that was really cool. So yeah, S tier. She, on the other hand, what did she do? Heck, I don't remember, honestly. I think she was in The Last Jedi with the Resistance, and that was about it. B tier. Chewie. Now, Chewie. Who doesn't love a good old Chewie? Now, I will say the only thing that they did good was Chewie. S tier. He was there all the way until the end. The Rise of Skywalker. He flew the Millennium Falcon with Lando. With all the birds. Who doesn't love a good old Chewbacca? I mean, he played his character very well. And then seeing, yeah. He played his character well. I'll give him that. Now, Leia. A tier. No, S tier. S tier. I like Leia. But how she should have died in The Last Jedi. I'm gonna be honest. She literally flew out, but somehow, I understand she's Force sensitive, but somehow she just, and then just flew out of space back into this ship, back into the Resistance ship. Like, that makes sense. I don't even know how that makes sense, but how are you gonna tell me that makes sense? It doesn't. It literally doesn't. That scene makes no sense. She should have died right there, not in The Rise of Skywalker. She died by Kylo Ren being lost. That's how she died, I believe. She died the same way Padme died, was by love. She died by love, which now I just realized, which is kind of stupid. But anyway, now General Hux, great character in TFA, wonderful character. I was gonna put him in S tier, but I'm gonna have to put him down in E, because J.J. Abrams had the amazing idea to make him the spy after destroying several star systems, several planets with Starkiller Base, and then they all do this Hitler salute, and then guess what? He makes his whole speech how he hates the New Republic. He destroys the New Republic, destroys probably billions, trillions of people, and then he becomes the spy? What? Sorry I got loud there, but Jesus. Now this little guy worked on 3PO, that was pretty cool. B. Now this general, this little general, she decided to kill herself and sacrifice herself. I don't like her. I don't. Sorry. F. I don't like her. Sorry. 3PO. Who doesn't love a good old 3PO? I'm going through these pretty fast because I don't like the sequel trilogy. But yeah, 3PO, yeah, S tier. I like good old 3PO. Now, this little fella, I think, only had one little time in The Last Jedi, and that was about it. He was fun. I'll put him in C. Now, Snoke. Snoke was cool, and actually a original idea in the sequels. The Last Jedi, Force Awakens, he was actually really cool. He wasn't a Sith, but he was a supreme leader of Kylo Ren. He controlled what Kylo Ren did, and actually Palpatine controlled Snoke to control Kylo Ren. It was Palpatine's whole plan, because Snoke was a clone of Palpatine and pretty much controlled the whole First Order and controlled everything. He controlled Kylo Ren to make sure he was actually going darker, but he never went darker because Kylo Ren decided to kill him. So yeah, now Lando Calrissian. We saw him in The Rise of Skywalker once, and that was really cool. So A tier. He flew the Millennium Falcon and destroyed the Sith final and the Final Order. Rey. I mean, do I have to explain why? This F. She didn't have a good character, too. I don't like her. Who is this fella? Oh, I know who that is. That's Poe Dameron. That's Poe Dameron's friend. She was pretty cool, especially her arcs in The Last Jedi. Yeah, she had a big ol' arc in The Last Jedi, being Poe Dameron's friend, and then coming back in The Rise of Skywalker to destroy the Final Order. That was pretty cool. Now, this little casino in The Last Jedi, he was like a casino guy. He just loved to gamble. That's kind of what I remind him of. Then he turned Finn and that one chick in for a lot of money to the First Order. I mean, F, honestly. That's about it. Now, Kylo Ren was actually really cool. He was in The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. He was actually supposed to get darker as the sequel went. But no. Guess who made his... Guess. Just take a guess who made his arc a lot worse. Then he turned to the light. J.J. Abrams. I put him in A. He was cool. And then this chick never told the story of how Rey got the lightsaber, or how she got the lightsaber and then gave it to Rey. How she got Luke Skywalker's lightsaber from Bespin. That lightsaber should be destroyed, but no. We never got that story now, did we? But anyway, there's my tier list of sequel trilogy characters. Bye.